Gentlemen, let me ask you something that might sound almost too simple. You've been told for years, drink more water, it's good for you. But what if I told you that most men over 50 are actually drinking water the wrong way, in the wrong amounts, at the wrong times, and sometimes even the wrong type, and it's quietly affecting your penis health and your sexual performance? I know that sounds surprising, but once you understand the science behind it, you'll realize this isn't just about hydration. It's about restoring the foundation of your vitality. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, urologist and founder of Inner Vitality, where I've helped thousands of men regain strength, energy, and confidence in their sexual health using natural science-based methods. And today, I want to show you how something as ordinary as water can become one of the most powerful natural tools to support stronger, longer-lasting erections after 50. Here's the truth. An erection is, at its core, a hydraulic event. Just like a garden hose depends on steady pressure to deliver water, your erectile tissue depends on healthy blood flow to fill, expand, and stay firm. But that blood, the lifeblood of your sexual performance, is made mostly of water. When you're even slightly dehydrated, your blood volume drops, your circulation slows, and the pressure your penis relies on weakens. In this video, we'll dive into how dehydration quietly sabotages erection quality, what small daily mistakes drain your sexual energy, and the exact way to drink water so your body and your erections perform the way they're designed to. By the end, you'll understand why I call water the most underrated natural performance enhancer in the world. Let's start with what really happens when your body doesn't get enough water. Most men think dehydration just makes you thirsty or tired. But inside, something much more important is happening. Your entire circulatory system begins to slow down. When water levels drop, your blood volume decreases, and your body goes into survival mode. It prioritizes sending oxygen and nutrients to the brain, heart, and lungs, the organs that keep you alive. Unfortunately, in that survival hierarchy, your penis doesn't make the top of the list. So even if your mind is in the mood, your body may simply not have enough fluid power to send strong, sustained blood flow to your erectile tissue. I see this all the time in my clinic. Men in their 50 seconds and 60 seconds come in saying their erections feel slower, weaker, or fade too quickly. When we look deeper, the common denominator isn't always hormones, it's hydration. Here's another hidden problem. Dehydration thickens your blood. Imagine pouring water through a straw. It flows easily. Now imagine pushing syrup through that same straw. Sluggish, sticky, resistant. That's what happens inside your arteries when you're dehydrated. The thicker your blood, the harder your heart has to work to move it through narrow vessels, especially the tiny ones that feed the penis. And as we age, those vessels already lose some of their natural flexibility due to lower nitric oxide levels and changes in collagen. Combine that stiffness with thicker blood, and you've got the perfect recipe for weaker erections. It's not a lack of desire, it's physics. But here's the encouraging news. This is one of the easiest things to fix. When you restore hydration properly, your blood becomes lighter, your vessels relax, and your circulation improves almost immediately. You're not just quenching thirst, you're fueling your body's most delicate hydraulic system. That's why learning how to drink water the right way can transform not only your energy, but also your confidence in the bedroom. Now that you understand how dehydration affects your erections, let's talk about the mistakes that almost every man over 50 makes and why they matter. Because the problem isn't only not drinking enough water. It's how you drink it. One of the most common patterns I see in my patients is what I call the panic chug. You go through your entire day, barely touching a glass of water, maybe a coffee here, a soda there. Then, suddenly, late in the afternoon, or right before intimacy, you realize you're thirsty. So, you down 2 or 3 large glasses in one go, hoping to catch up. It seems logical, right? But your body doesn't work that way. When you flood your system too quickly, you actually dilute the sodium in your blood, a condition known as hyponatremia. That sudden imbalance can leave you feeling lightheaded, bloated, and even weak, the opposite of energized or ready for intimacy. On top of that, your bladder fills rapidly, leaving you distracted by the urge to urinate instead of focusing on the moment. Another big mistake is what I call the desert and flood cycle. This happens when you go for hours without drinking, letting your body dry out, then try to make up for it later with a big water binge. The truth is, your body thrives on consistency, not extremes. Your cells, your blood vessels, even your erectile tissue need a steady, even supply of hydration to perform at their best. Big floods, followed by long droughts, stress your kidneys and throw off your internal balance, making it harder to maintain optimal blood flow. And here's the kicker: thirst is a lagging signal. By the time you feel thirsty, your body is already dehydrated. Your blood is thicker, your vessels are tighter, and your erectile tissue may already be struggling to fill completely. After 50, your body becomes less efficient at regulating fluids, meaning dehydration hits faster and harder than it used to. So the real solution isn't to drink more water occasionally, it's to drink it smarter. The key is timing, rhythm, and the right balance of minerals that help your body use that water effectively. Because when you hydrate with intention, you're not just preventing thirst, you're optimizing the internal chemistry that powers your energy, your confidence, and your sexual performance. Now that you know what not to do, let's talk about how to drink water the right way, the way that truly supports your blood flow, your penis health, and your overall energy. Because the truth is, this isn't about drinking more water, it's about drinking smarter. The first and most powerful change you can make starts right when you wake up. After a full night of sleep, your body has gone 7 or 8 hours without a single drop of fluid. You've been breathing, sweating lightly, and filtering waste through your kidneys the entire time. That means every morning, whether you feel it or not, you wake up in a mild state of dehydration. So before you reach for your coffee or tea, reach for a tall glass of water at least 300 to 400 milliliters within 20 minutes of waking. That morning glass acts like the first flush of your system. It rehydrates your cells, wakes up your circulation, and signals your kidneys to start clearing out toxins that built up overnight. Think of it as priming your internal pump before the day begins. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful habits for maintaining vascular health and supporting strong, natural erections. If you want to make that morning water even more effective, here's my clinical tip. Add a small pinch of pink Himalayan salt and the juice of half a fresh lemon. No, this isn't just for flavor. The natural minerals in the salt, especially magnesium and potassium, help restore your electrolyte balance, which is essential for proper muscle and nerve function. Remember, the smooth muscles in your arteries are what allow blood to rush into your penis. The lemon, on the other hand, delivers vitamin C, a potent antioxidant that helps protect nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly in your bloodstream. Nitric oxide is the gas that tells your blood vessels to relax and open the very process that makes erections possible. After that first glass, your goal is to follow what I call the steady drip. Instead of drinking large amounts every few hours, aim to sip smaller portions about half a glass every 45 to 60 minutes. Think of it as keeping your body's garden hose under steady, gentle pressure instead of turning it off for hours and then blasting it on full force. That slow, consistent hydration keeps your blood volume stable, prevents sluggishness, and allows your cardiovascular system to perform at its best all day long. It also directly benefits your pelvic floor muscles, the hidden foundation of sexual performance. Hydrated muscles contract more efficiently, recover faster, and sustain endurance longer. And here's one final timing tip. If you plan to be intimate later in the evening, keep up your steady sipping during the day, but stop drinking large amounts about 45 minutes before. This gives your body time to process the last intake, so you can focus on the moment energized, relaxed, and fully present without being interrupted by a full bladder. Now let's go a little deeper, because proper hydration doesn't just support blood flow, it directly impacts your hormones and nerve function, the two systems that control your desire, stamina, and ability to perform. Let's start with hormones. Testosterone is not produced in isolation. It's part of a finely tuned system that involves your kidneys and adrenal glands, two small but powerful organs sitting just above them. These organs regulate fluid balance, filter toxins, and produce hormone precursors that your body converts into testosterone. But when you're dehydrated, your kidneys and adrenals are under stress. They have to work harder to keep you in balance, and that stress triggers higher levels of cortisol, the body's main stress hormone. Here's the problem. Cortisol and testosterone are rivals. When cortisol rises, testosterone drops. Over time, this imbalance can drain your energy, dull your mood, and weaken your sexual drive. It's why men who are constantly tired or stressed often notice lower libido and weaker erections. Dehydration quietly feeds that cycle. Then there's the nervous system, the electrical network that connects your brain to your penis. Every erection begins as an electrical message, a signal traveling from your brain, down your spinal cord, through the pelvic nerves, and finally, to the smooth muscle fibers that control blood flow into the penis. Those signals depend on water and electrolytes to move quickly and accurately. When your cells are dehydrated, that electrical balance known as the sodium-potassium pump starts to falter. Messages slow down, become weaker, or sometimes don't reach their destination at all. Think of it like a Wi-Fi connection. When you're hydrated, the signal is fast, smooth, and reliable. When you're not, the signal lags and buffers. That's why dehydration can lead to delayed arousal or erections that don't stay firm. Hydration also supports the production of nitric oxide, the messenger molecule that tells blood vessels in the penis to open wide and fill with blood. When you combine consistent hydration with proper electrolytes and nutrients, nitric oxide levels stay high, nerve signaling stays strong, and erections happen more naturally without strain or frustration. So remember, water isn't just fueling your circulation, it's powering the hormonal and electrical systems that keep your sexual performance alive. Staying hydrated keeps your testosterone active, your nerves sharp, and your body ready to respond whenever the moment arises. By now, you know how hydration affects your blood flow, hormones, and nerves. But here's the tricky part. Most men who are dehydrated don't even realize it. You might not feel thirsty, yet your body could already be running at a deficit. The signs are subtle, but they speak loudly once you know what to look for. One of the most common mistakes I see in my patients is thinking that coffee, tea, or alcohol count as water. They don't. While these drinks contain water, they also have compounds that work against your hydration. Coffee and black tea are mild diuretics. They make your kidneys flush fluid out faster. For every cup you drink, you're often losing more water than you take in. Alcohol takes this even further. It suppresses the hormone that helps your body hold on to water, which is why a few drinks can leave you feeling groggy, lightheaded, and dry-mouthed the next day. And yes, it can also leave your erections weaker that night and the next morning. A simple and surprisingly accurate way to check your hydration level is by looking at your urine color. Pale straw yellow means you're in good shape. If it's darker, especially amber or gold, your body is waving a quiet warning flag. It's telling you that your internal reservoir is running low. Another overlooked clue is that mid-afternoon crash, that heavy, sluggish feeling that hits around 2 or 3 p.m. You might blame it on lunch or lack of sleep, but often it's mild dehydration slowing down blood flow to your brain and muscles. Even your nightly muscle cramps, especially in the calves or thighs, can be linked to low water and electrolytes, particularly magnesium and potassium. And one of the most telling signs of all? Weaker or less frequent morning erections. These automatic erections depend on healthy blood flow, nerve communication, and hormonal balance. When hydration drops, those systems falter quietly, and you may notice the difference before you notice your thirst. So if you're waking up less firm, feeling tired midday, or relying on coffee to push through, your body might be asking for something much simpler, more consistent water. Listening to those small signals can restore not just energy and clarity, but the steady confidence that comes with a body performing at its best. Here's where everything comes together. Drinking water the right way isn't just about preventing thirst, it's about creating the perfect internal environment for your body to perform at its peak, especially where it matters most. When you stay consistently hydrated, you're giving your heart, blood vessels, hormones, and nerves the one thing they all rely on: balance. Think of your body like a finely tuned engine. Water is the oil that keeps every part moving smoothly. When that lubrication runs low, friction builds, your circulation slows, hormones misfire, and energy fades. But when you maintain steady hydration, everything begins to align. Blood flows more freely, your cells exchange oxygen more efficiently, and your erectile tissue fills with the kind of pressure and vitality it was designed for. And hydration doesn't work alone. It amplifies the benefits of every other healthy habit you build. When you eat nutrient-rich foods like spinach, beets, or salmon, water helps deliver those nutrients faster and deeper into your tissues. When you move your body, even with a brisk 20-minute walk, hydration ensures that improved circulation reaches your pelvic muscles and erectile tissue. And when you sleep deeply, steady hydration helps regulate temperature, hormones, and nighttime recovery, the very time your body produces the most testosterone. So, tomorrow morning, before that first sip of coffee, start your day with a tall glass of water. Keep it steady through the day, not rushed, not forgotten, just consistent. Within a week or two, you'll notice more energy, sharper focus, and stronger, more reliable morning firmness. This is one of the rare health changes that costs nothing, requires no supplements, and carries no side effects, yet delivers real, visible results. Gentlemen, your vitality is still within reach. Stay hydrated, stay consistent, and remember, small, steady changes lead to lasting strength. You deserve to feel confident, energized, and fully alive at every age.